welcome or welcome back to 4F Beauty. When will I be YouTube famous? I don't know. What I do know is that my subscriber base is growing, and if you are new here, welcome to the 4F family. If you're one of my OGs, you know how this goes. You know I love seeing you all here. I've had quite a few comments recently saying, could I explain the difference between contouring and bronzing? So, today I am going to be covering contour, bronzer, and even a little bit of blush. Oh, and hay fever is making my eye run when I have literally just finished making myself look beautiful. But if you want to know exactly where to contour and blush and bronze, then this is the film for you. Here it comes. Hey, hi, welcome back. I think I've done an intro for this, but if not, when will I be YouTube famous? If I have done an intro, you've got that twice now, which is awesome. I had some questions recently from actually a couple of people who were asking, where do I put my contour? Where do I put my bronzer? What goes where? So, as I've just got a new bronzer arrived today, which is the Butter Bronzer, which I have been trying to get hold of for ages. Finally got one through Amazon. And I've got my contour pan here. And I have got, just trying to get them, I have got brushes ready. So, I guess now's a good time to show you where I contour and bronze. So, you know, normally I don't bother with contour, I just do bronzer. But when I apply my bronzer, I tend to put it in places that normally you would contour instead. I'm lucky, I've got quite high cheekbones anyway. You can see that you've got like a shadow there, and if I can get the lighting about right, a shadow there. So you can see I've got quite high cheekbones anyway. And the whole point of a contour is to, it was started initially by drag queens because they wanted to give themselves a more feminine looking face. So in order to do that, they used contour shades. In a lot of cases they found an eyeshadow which worked perfectly for them. Because they wanted to create shadows, they wanted to give an illusion of higher cheekbones, they wanted to, soften their jawline down. And if they've got a very masculine forehead, they wanted to sort of smooth that round a bit. So the contour that I'm going to be using is this one from Makeup Obsession. And this is their contour in C102 Light. Now you can see from this, it's a very cool taupe, which for my pale skin tone works really well. Contour shades are a shadow, so effectively they really do need to be cool. Even if you've got a warm skin tone, you still need to use a cool shade for your contour. Now if I am contouring, because I'm having a day when I'm feeling particularly puffy, girls, you know which type of the month I'm talking about, right? Yeah, we know. I like to go in with one of these big fan brushes because I find it gives me a more defined shadow, because then when I put the bronzer on over the top, they don't muddy together too much. Now, if ever you've seen people talking about drawing a 3 on their face, this is what they're talking about. So they're drawing a 3, so round the hairline, under the cheekbone, and then under the jaw. And then obviously this way round, it looks like an E. And that's what they're talking about. So I'll just show you that. Just pick up some contour on this big old fluffy brush. You can see it does fly everywhere, but you know, hey ho. Give it a bit of a shake off so you don't put too much on. If you're not sure, I mean, it's easy for me, I can see where my contour needs to go. If you're not sure, you can either suck your cheeks in, like, or if that still doesn't work, if you imagine a line from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth, that would be your contour line. Let me grab a palette. So, sort of, that would kind of be your contour, okay? And obviously the same this side, corner of your mouth, top of your ear. So, we're just going to very lightly pop that contour. Now, I tend to take it off up into my hairline, but I normally stop it roughly in line with the outside of my eye. And that's the point that I tend to stop the blend. And you can see, hopefully, you can see the difference between the two sides there. So let's just do the same on this side. So, off at the hairline, finishing roughly here. You can, if you want, at this point, get your sponge, dip it into some powder, and do a really sharp line underneath. I don't like doing that because it really depends on how you want your face to look. I prefer a softer look rather than the super, super chiseled. I want it to look as if this is a natural shadow on my face. And if you put a little bit too much on, get your powder brush that you've set your face with and just buff over it a bit to soften it back out again. Okay? Now to do the rest of the three that we're doing, I always start with the cheekbone. I don't know why, it's just my preference. Then I'll do my jaw. So I start from behind my ear, very, very lightly, along the jawline, and finishing off again, flicking off behind that ear there. If you've got a very square jaw, this is the point that you can sort of curve it round and give the impression of a softer, less sharp jawline. Or if you want to give yourself a sharper jawline, you can do this. If you're like me and you have a certain amount of double chinage going on, you can also do just one sort of right down the middle there and just buff it out gently. Because anything that you lighten comes forward, anything that you darken recedes. So we'll just recede that double chinage back a little bit. Okay? Again, you can always soften it just by swirling the brush. And it's always better to put too little on and build it up than to put too much on and have to muck about taking it back off again. And then for my temples, because I've got my sort of temples come up at that kind of angle anyway, I haven't got a very square forehead. So I just put a little bit on the bristles there and just literally dust it just around the corner of my hairline there. And the same this side, just really lightly, just to soften the whole edges of my face. So that's my contour, okay? Now, if you wanted to do bronzer as well, bronzer is an illusion of the sun having hit your skin. So you want it on the high points of your face. Even my bronzer is giving me a round of applause. How about that? It's because these Physicians Formula Ones have a little mirror at the bottom and a little... oh, it's a sponge. I have never put my bronzer on with a sponge. Anyway, this is just the ordinary one, just the bronzer, not the light bronzer. Because even though I'm very pale, I've seen people use the light bronzer and it's a little bit too orange for my cool skin tone. Now, you will see when I put my bronzer on normally, because I don't contour, I carry my bronzer up here, I do my contour line and my chin, but I do it with bronzer rather than my contour. But if you wanted to do the two different stages, so you've done your contour, fine. I tend to go in with sort of an oval brush like this because I don't want it to spread too far up because I still want to put some blush and some highlight on. But it's still very loosely packed, you can see. That's really soft, ideal for blending out. This is the Real Techniques multitask brush. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So I'm just going to swirl that in my bronzer, tap off. So the high points, so just above the contour line that you've put down. So the contour line goes under the cheekbone, this bit comes on your cheekbone. Okay, let's see, so that's really warmed it up a little bit. Really warmed it up a little bit, honestly. I need more coffee this morning. And do the same this side. I like to carry it up my temple a bit because, you know, I always use SPF because I go from white to lobster and back to white again. But when I have been caught out and, you know, I've not got my sun cream with me or the sun's come out and I wasn't expecting it, that's where I'll catch. I'll also catch just across the bridge of my nose, just there. So just pour a little tiny bit there. A little bit on my chin. And a little bit just up on both temples. You can, if you want, put a little bit just above your brow here. I prefer to do that with whichever blush I'm using. I just think that looks nicer on me. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So, you know, you just on the high points of where the sun would naturally catch you. And that's your bronzer and contour. This really does smell like coconut, it's amazing. I will actually go through and just show you where I put my blush. Let's grab the L'Oreal Life's a Peach, because if I've got coconut on my face I might as well join it with some peach as well. This is a So Eco brush, and this is their tapered blending brush. Now for blush I tend to go for a more rounded brush. See, this is the one that I used for my bronzer, and you can see it's a lot more oval. I prefer a rounded one for blush, and again, nice loose bristles. So I'm going to pick up some blush, tap off. Now I always prefer to start my blush at the back and bring it forward, because if you do put too much on, it's much easier to disguise it here than it is over here. And again, like I do when I'm doing my eyes, I hold it right at the very end, just put very little pressure on, and just very lightly swirl that. Just, if you were to smile, there's your apples there. That's, you don't want to take it any further than that. And I normally start sort of level with the edge of my eye, my hairline, and just come down just to the apple and back again. And I take it up and just pop a little bit over the top of my brow there. Okay. I think peach is universally flattering, whether you've got cool or warm skin tones. Pinks you have to be careful with, because if you have a very cool pink and you've got very warm undertones, it can look a bit sickly on you. You have to make sure you have like a warm pink, like a coral, or something with definitely like a red undertone or an orange undertone, rather than the blue based pinks. But you can see that just finishes, and that to me, that's my face ready now for anything else that I want to put on it. But there you go, there is your very quick contour, bronze, and I even snuck a little bit of blush in for you as well. I hope this has been helpful for you. If it is, if you could just do all of the usual, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, choose all notifications, and why not go and watch another one, because this was such a short video. You've got time. Alright, all that remains for me to say is you'll stay fabulous now, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.